everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Panthers going up against the Saints. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
And Newton's going to keep it. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. first carry for Lamar Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Seven yards to go on second down. Again, it's Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup there on the run. 38 yards.
Well, that was a great example of what we've been told from the time we first put on pads as little guys in the backyard. Effort will be rewarded if you keep giving it. And how about that run? Broke through a couple of tackles, refused to go down, legs churning. I like what I saw there.
Marcel Reese is fullback, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Everson Griffin was a valuable reserve for most of his career, but has really blossomed since entering the starting lineup.
On second down, here's Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
Manning now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. He keeps him out of it where all the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Willie Snead, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And the big tight end shifting around. And they'll go on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
To throw on second down is Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. On first down, it's Newton. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, a 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just goes right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run. They'll run it again with Miller. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage, and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 84 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Here's Manning to throw, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target, and it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now they try the right side here. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They fake the give. Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Now they'll run it on the toss. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Manning. It's complete to Flanner. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And the hook up here with Jalen Strong complete. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Time to step aside. We're back to New Orleans after this. Manning to throw on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there. And that takes us from second to third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
To throw is Manning. He's got the completion to Strong. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran, taking what the defense will give him.
Manning now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They come out here in the eye. And the pitch goes to Miller. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Into the red zone now. Manning. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. On 2nd down, here's Manning. And incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Manning now on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run with Miller. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning underneath for Miller. A strong running. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Throwing now is Manning, setting up the screen for Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. It's complete. Fleener, right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Defense showing blitz. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 5. To throw on second down is Newton. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And now a first down following that long gain. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Here's Newton now on second, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Needed 16. They got 17 on 3rd down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Miller punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll toss it to Miller. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Newton now to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll pitch it out here. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. It's that they gained a 1st down, and they've been running it well all game long.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Come on, let's go! 38!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Newton. And it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Newton to throw. It's complete, right side to Benjamin. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Throwing on first down is Manning. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Three yards remaining here on second down. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They go play action here on first down. It's complete. Flainer, right side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Manning now on first down. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. One receiver left, two to the right. Manning to throw on second down. Pass incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's third down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it now. Here's Marcel Reese. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
On first down, Manning. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Finding time. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Here's the Panthers punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Here's Manning to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Manning. And brought in here by Flainer. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Throwing is Manning on third down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down is Manning. That is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kobe Flainer, his first touchdown in a Saints uniform. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
But now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third down and 4. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Carolina getting getting set to take the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Carolina, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.